Hello, math geniuses. Now we're going to divide rational expressions and discover that it's pretty much like multiplying rational expressions, and it always comes down to using those other rules of exponents and factoring. We're going to start with 9c to the fifth over 3c to the seventh divided by 3c, that whole quantity raised to the third power, over -6. And so that's going to give us 9c to the fifth over 3c to the seventh times -6 over 27, because 3 to the third power is 27, 27c to the third. Now 3 goes into 6 two times. And 9 goes into 27 three times. So what we're left with right now is 2c to the fifth over 3c to the 10th, because 7 plus 3 is 10. And it's negative, of course. So we're going to have 2 in the numerator, negative out front, 2 in the numerator. The denominator is going to have 3c to the fifth, because when you have like bases, you subtract the exponents, and when the larger exponent is in the denominator, you can do your subtraction down there. All right, let's do this now. We're going to have 7w plus 56 over -20 divided by 3w plus 2 plus 24, I'm sorry, over 25. Now we're going to factor the first numerator. We're going to factor out a GCF, greatest common factor, and that's 7. That will leave us with 7 parentheses w plus 8 over -20, and then we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction, so we'll have 25 in the numerator and 3 parentheses w plus 8 in the denominator. That's because 3 was the common factor. Now the w plus 8s will cancel, and 5 will go into 20, -20, -4 times. 5 will go into 25 5 times. So we're going to be left with 7 times 5 on top, which is 35, and -4 times 3, which is -12 on the bottom. So our answer, pull the negative sign out front, is going to be -35 over 12. Okay, we have x minus 2 squared over 5x squared divided by 4x minus 8 over 20 x cubed. Well, since we have x minus 2 in the first numerator, we're going to say x minus 2 squared over 5x squared. We're now going to flip the second fraction. That is, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So I'll have 20x cubed over 4x minus 8. 5 goes into the 20 4 times. And x squared goes into x cubed x times. Well, it's x to the 3 minus 2, so it's going to be x. Okay, we've got x minus 2 times x minus 2 in the first numerator. And from the numerator of the second fraction, we're going to have 4 times x. So we'll have 4x times x minus 2 times x minus 2 over, on the bottom, 4 times parentheses x minus 2, because 4 is the common factor. Now the 4's cancel, the x minus 2's cancel, and we're left with x minus 2. Okay, now we're going to do something that looks a little scary. W squared minus 3w minus 18 over w squared minus 6w plus 9 divided by w minus 6 over w minus 3. We're going to factor. And remember, when your a number, the number in front of the quadratic term, the quadratic coefficient, when the quadratic coefficient is 1, you get to factor by grouping using the easy method. And we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Now the w minus 3's are going to cancel. The w minus 6's are going to cancel. And so we'll be left with w plus 3 over w minus 3. Okay, now q squared plus 2qr minus 3r squared. We're going to deal with two variables. Over q squared minus 5qr plus 4r squared. Don't panic. I'm going to show you how to do it. And we're going to divide that by q squared plus 4qr plus 3r squared over q squared plus 5qr minus 36r squared. Now notice that something is working in our favor. The a number is 1 in all of these. That means we can factor the easy way. Just draw parentheses and draw parentheses. Okay, when you've got a q square and an r square, you're going to write a q and an r and a q and an r in your parentheses. So each set of parentheses is going to contain a q in front and an r behind. Yes, we're going to add numbers, but be patient. This is what we're doing right now. Now factor the number at the end. On top it's -3. -3 equals 3 times -1. And 3 plus -1 is +2, which is your B number. So now we know what numbers to use. +3 and -1. So we'll have q plus 3r times q minus 1r on top. Now, when it comes to factoring the bottom, the last number is 4. Notice that 4 equals -4 times -1. And -4 plus -1 is -5, your B number. So that means on the bottom, the factorization is going to be q minus 4r times q minus 1r. Now we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. And since the leading coefficients are 1, I'm going to make the same QR pair in parentheses that I made in the other fraction. All right, -36 is going to equal 9 times -4, and 9 plus -4 is +5, which is your B number. So that's how I will factor the new numerator. Q plus 9r times q minus 4r Now 3 equals 1 times 3, and 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 is your B number. So the way I'll factor my new denominator, which used to be my numerator, is q plus 1r times q plus 3r. Now all I have to do is cancel my like fractions, factors. Cancel my like factors. And so my final answer is going to be q plus 9r over q plus r. There we go.